Brad, back with the details this week. Lots of details to go over. Patrick Mahomes to Travis Kelce. Lots of big plays against the Houston Texans.
Yeah, so Kelce had 5 catches, and 3 of them come on this, what you would call a gotta-have-it drive. They're up 13-12 here late in the third quarter is when this drive starts, and then extends to the fourth. And lots of, as you said, details on things that went into getting him these catches.
Yeah, let's break this down, Brad. Kind of interesting, the Chiefs, we know they're trying to help out their left tackle, their new left tackle, Joe Thuney, but kind of weaponizing that against the Houston zone defense on this particular play.
So, right, anytime, you can use the rules of the defense against them to help create opportunities for yourself. That's one of the things that Andy Reid does really well, and really that's what a lot of NFL coaches look to do. So they're going to chip, and Houston's going to play what looks to be cover 3 here, which is a zone coverage. And once these underneath zone defenders, once they see Kelce kind of make that initial move to be in the protection scheme, I think they just lose sight of him and their eyes go elsewhere. And because of the vertical routes by Brown and Hopkins, that this zone defender on this side of the field gets a lot of depth. And then these 2 underneath defenders here in the middle of the field are pulled in by Smith-Schuster's what you call OTB or over the ball route right there.
And we're going to see some match from Mahomes when we look at this other angle, because he really does fool one of these zone defenders into thinking he's going to go to Juice Smith-Schuster, and instead that's not where he goes.
So, yeah, if you're watching and you don't really look and see the technique that Mahomes uses, you're like, well, why didn't 23 come down on Kelce here? As you can see, his back foot is set and his eyes are on Smith-Schuster up until the last second. And then he still keeps his body positioned to look like he's going to make that throw on that OTB route. And 23 and this other player here react hard on that. And he's able to really take 23 out of the picture and give Kelce more opportunity to run after the catch.
It's so good from watching that angle from Mahomes, and really fooling guys with his eyes, able to do on that particular play, and kind of throw with that weird body angle here, throw kind of off to the side, but it gets these 2 defenders to commit, and obviously gets a lot of runway for Travis Kelce to make a big gain.
Yep.
All right, let's get to the second play here, Brett. What are you seeing with Travis Kelce on this particular play, and how the Chiefs are able to scheme him open?
So this is one of their core concepts, where you're going to have a hitch or a now screen on the outside by Worthy, and then Kelce's going to run basically an option route, a vertical option route. He can either run a slot fade there, he can either run a seam, or he can run an in-breaking route, which he chooses to do here. And then Gray is going to run as the number 3 receiver. He's going to run kind of a whip route. And the middle of the field ends up being wide open because you have that boundary linebacker blitzing. That free safety is going to get a ton of depth. And then Kelce's going to obviously do a good job of understanding what those 2 players are doing, and then the technique of the defender over him. You see his hips are to the outside there, pointed towards the sideline. Kelce knows he's not going to beat that guy with speed on a slot fade.
Not happening.
Not happening. But what he does know is he's able to use that defender's leverage against him and work to the inside there to that space in the middle of the field.
It was so funny going back over this, Brad, because I think you compared Travis Kelce to a European basketball player here.
Yeah, he's like
being
Luka.
a little bit of a grizzled veteran, and he's not winning with speed, but he's able to win this route.
Exactly, win with technique and win with smarts. He's just so good at that. And of course, they're on the same page there.
It does remind me of basketball too, where you got these guys way out here. It's like the cornerstone of basketball. There's space in the field, opening things up in the middle here for Travis Kelce. He's able to make it pay. And again, Patrick Mahomes, patience as he's waiting for this throw. Patience. Boom, sees Kelce break over the middle. That's it. That's all they need. All right, last one here, Brett. What are you seeing from Travis Kelce on this play? How does he get open, or does he get open?
Yes. Well, by NFL standards, yes, he does get open, but he seems wide open when he catches the ball, right? But as we look here, as we unpack this, Houston's going to play cover 4 here, trying to force an underneath throw and rally to make the tackle. But as Mahomes steps up in the pocket and the defender gets his legs, right there is really when he starts to make the throw. And as you can see, there is a defender right in front of Kelce. That is not what you would call open. there's not a whole lot a defense could do right there. They played it really well. But what you have is just the Mahomes-Kelce magic. They're on the same page. Mahomes, of course, understanding what this defender in front of Kelce, what he can do, what he's capable of covering, because his hips are pointed to the sideline, that he's not going to be able to cover anything on the inside. And then, of course, as I said, those two are just reading each other's minds on the same page. And what looks to be a wide open touchdown, it's just because of those two they've got that ESP going.
Yeah, again, Kelce not moving there. It looks like, oh, they found that open zone. Well, they basically didn't find an open zone. Patrick Mahomes found this open zone. And again, just subtle things as he's falling over, seeing this guy's hips. That way, knows Kelce can get here, and he knows that defender right there can't get back there because of the way he's moving. And even with the diving attempt, not able to recover on that play. All right, Brett. Well, overall, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, what'd you see from them in this playoff game, and how were they able to lift the Chiefs in this particular matchup?
Just doing really what they've been doing in big moments. There's not as much volume a lot of times as, with the number of catches and yards and things like that. I think the Chiefs only had, before they took that 18-yard safety by the punter, I think they only had 230 yards of offense. But again, big moments, got to have it. 13-12 game, late third quarter, early fourth quarter, and just 87 being so good at reading the coverage and understanding. It's everything. It's design, it's execution, it's being able to adapt on the fly and read space. But just, those two just being Hall of Fame players, making plays in big moments.